Hello, welcome to in this video. Hello friends, welcome to in this video. In this video, we are going to discuss about the investments in security markets. So my name is Lokesh and you're watching the Lokesh Palka YouTube channel. So let's start this video. Before investing in securities, it is better to understand the market and be fully aware of risk involved, being aware, being aware of your capacity to handle risk and invest accordingly. Gradually, you can evaluate a potential investment by analyzing several key risks as mentioned below. So, first we need to invest in the securities market. First, we need to aware about the what risk are involved in the security market. There are types of risk. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 types of risk according to SEBI, which is Security Exchange Board of India. Okay, so this book is also I taken from the SEBI's official portal. Okay, if you want, I will keep a link of this PDF on description. Okay, so risk. So here we are. It's risks in detail explanation. Okay, so systematic risk, unsystematic risk, inflation risk, liquidity risk, business risk, valuation, valuatory, voluntary risk, and currency risk. Okay, these are the types of risk. Okay, next we see market risk or the systematic risk. An investor may experience losses due to the factor of affecting the overall performance of the financial and macroeconomic factors. Stocks, stock market bubble and crashes are good example of the high tendent market risk. So here it's in a market risk or systematic risk. It's saying that an investor experiences a losses due to the factor of overperforming financial market. Means it's saying the market risk is that risk when the investor loses its money due to the market overperformance of a financial market or some microeconomics. Macroeconomics, there are two. The economics has been divided into two economics: macroeconomics side, microeconomics, and macroeconomics. So macroeconomics is the aggregative whole countries, whole world's economics is called as aggregative economics. And uh, macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the economics of an individuals, like its salary, its expenditures, etc. Okay, so that factors. Okay, so example for the best example is the stock market bubbles and stock market crashes like Lehman Brothers crisis and Great Depression are examples. For example, use next unsystematic risk. So unsystematic risk can be described as the uncertain inhabited in a particular company or an industry. Example of systematic risk include a new competitors in the market with the potential to take significant market share from the companies an investor is invested in. Are regulatory changes such as one that could drive down companies' sales as if in management, a product recall, etc. So the unsystematic risk is the risk where the for example unsystematic risk the company like enter the company is there one sorry assume an industry where all are there are five sellers in which the two sellers are have good market share of 50 to 60%. Suddenly a new company has came into the market and that company is big in size, it have back support very large, so that will create an unsystematic risk. For example, in India there is a company, there is an industry, telecom industry, in which the ATL, Vodafone, and Idea, like the SIMs are there. Communication company sector is there. But when the Geo entered in the market, then the Geo took all of the shares of this company. Only four telecom companies are has been remain according to me. Mostly the name has been the Geo Telecom, Geo, and next ATL, next VE, which is Vodafone, and V, which is merged and named VE. Next, last company is BSNL, which is government company. Okay, so this type of risk is unsystematic risk. Okay. So now you understand the unsystematic risk is the particular company or an industry happened as any uncertainty. Uncertainty happened in a particular company or in industry. Okay. So next is inflation risk. So inflation risk. Let's wake up. Inflation risk is also as a purchasing power risk. Inflation risk is also called as the purchasing power risk. Is the change that the cash flow from an investment wasn't be worth as such in the future as they are today because of a decline in its purchasing power due to the inflation. In inflation risk, as we all know, the basic everyone know about the investment. And financial world became across many time of this word inflation risk is that the something today which worth in some so and so dollars in tomorrow it worth the same quantity same quality in some big amount number. For example, the TV, for example, assume a uh, Apple phone today worth some dollars. In tomorrow, same Apple phone, same model, would worth higher than today. Okay. Next, liquidation risk, liquidity risk. So liquidity risk is arise when an investment cannot be bought or sold or converted into an cash quickly be in to preserve or maximize a loss or to meet any immediate. So liquidity risk is the risk. Liquidity. So we know that liquidity. What is liquidity? Liquidity is that how quick our asset can become in cash. So example, uh, the shares are highly liquidated in the stock market, but in security market. But there are some shares which are not liquidated. Okay, uh, which need to have a long time period to get it liquidate, which may cause us to loss book and to move to get reduce our profits due to the liquidity risk. Okay, so that is liquidity risk. Next, uh, experienced you can maximize this risk to great extent by the diversification of the risk. So in this risk saying that to minimize the risk of the liquidity, you should do diversification in your investment. It is saying next business risk. So business risk. Okay, it refers to an risk that a business must stop its works due to any unfavorable market or financial situation. It refers to the risk. It refers to that risk that a business must stop its operating due to any favorable market or financial situation. Okay. Next to voluntary risk. Voluntary risk. Volatility risk. Volatility risk. It is the refers to a risk. It this refers to that risk when the stock price of a company may fluctuate even when those companies aren't in danger of falling. So volatility risk refers to the risk when a stock price of a company may fluctuate, means fluctuates a lot. Okay, a lot when those companies aren't in danger or fear or danger of falling, means volatility. A companies which is very volatile due to its company's activities, means like bitcoins are very volatile. Simple news or anything happened, then the bitcoin coin prices are fall, like in case of the FTX, how it crash has been as make the market to 80% down. Okay, bitcoin has been traded in Indian rupees 15 lakh rupees. Okay, next, currency risk. Currency risk arise when there is a responsibility of an losing currency risk. Currency risks arise when there is a possibility of an losing money due to the unfavorable movement in the exchange rates. It may be happen from a change in the prices of one currency in related to other and investors who have assets across the nation broader and are explored to this risk. So currency risk is faced by the big institutions, financial institutions. Yes, it is also faced by the small investors, but it has some the risk, which means that the currency risk, in which the prices of an currency, as we know, the country to country, when we compare its currencies peers, its money is fluctuated. Money currency cost is fluctuated highly, so it is faced this risk. For example, an American investor invested in India's Sensex index or companies in India. So he faced this currency risk because rupee goes declining and dollar appreciated. So this type of risk is faced by the highly, I say, the big financial institutions, FIs, our DIIs who invest. DIIs, our DIIs also invest outside the world, outside the countries. Okay. Next topic is ours. How to mitigate the risk. The investor can try to mitigate the risk by different means. A risk asset allocation is one of the strategy through which an investor can benefit. Uh, Diversification of these investments is the way in the various sectors and companies to mitigate risk. Volatility risk can be managed by the investing through systematic planning, systematic investment planning of mutual funds, or buying an equities directly from the market in smaller lots over a period of time. A good understanding of and fundamentals of a company can help one to make uh, appreciated judgment about the health of an company. Of course, the investors should ignore the from rumors and unsolicited messages for the investing in the Spanish market. So in this, it is saying that to mitigate the risk, we can asset allocate the funds, or we can asset allocate our funds into various assets. Asset allocation means the our amount should be allocated in the various asset classes like debt, equity, gold, real estate, and etc. Okay, this is one strategy. Next one is diversification. In same asset class, we need to diversify the investments. If we invested in our in equity, then we need to don't only invest in one company like ABC. We need to invest in many companies like ABC, ABCX, ABCY, XYZ company, company MCG, XYJ. Like this means different companies to get mitigate the risk. Okay, and in case of volatility, same, we need to diversify the investment, systematically planning of mutual funds, or buying a equity directly from in small lots, and doing a good understanding of the fundamentals of a company help one to make a appreciated judgment about the health of a company, which means selection should be done on the good fundamentals of a company. A company's fundamentals should be goodly analyzed, and then we need to make a decision whether to invest in that company or not. And yes, we need to avoid from the rumors of a company, and we need to do not take any tips from anyone, because it is illegal, and it can be a miscellaneous information which can trap our money. Okay, next. Managed to accept impossibility to data. Investment in securities market are done through primary market as well as secondary market. So investment in securities markets are done through primary market and secondary markets. So securities markets are divided into two. One is primary market and another is securities market. The difference between the primary market and secondary market is that the primary market investors are allotted securities directly by companies, while in um, secondary market, the investors buy securities from the existing investor through their stocks broker. So, so primary markets, in primary market comes the debt instruments, and in secondary markets, as we see, it is the stock market. Secondary market is the stock markets. Okay, so primary market. So primary market. In primary markets, the investors buy securities directly through company. In secondary market, okay, in secondary markets, the securities buys from the existing stock existing investors. So when the company does its IPO, it is in primary market. Means the company is selling its shares directly to an investors. When the IPO got listed, the stock got listed, then that stock will go in the public in secondary market, and it is publicly traded from one investor to another investor. Okay. Next, investment in securities market are subject to taxes. Okay. Investments in securities market are subject to taxation, which in the which included short-term tax and long-term capital gain tax, as well as dividend payoff. So in India, first before uh, uh, there was no tax for the capital gain and capital gains, short-term gains, capital gain tax and dividend payoff tax from more many years. But in days in back some 10-20 years before it was introduced. Yeah, 10 years maybe. Okay, I'm not clear with the years, but I know that in start in fewer days only, means fewer years only, 10-15 days before, sorry, 10-15 years before only, the taxes has been introduced on this long-term capital gain tax and short-term capital gain tax and dividend payout tax in India. I think, okay, you can check it on online. I am bit confused with this. Yeah. Let me check if there is information or not.
मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंट फॉरेस्ट और एमिटेट
Which
प्रोग्राम लॉन्च किया। सर वो था 24
year?
में 131 पॉलिटिक्स
The
एयर क्वालिटी में सुधार। इसके लिए उन्होंने टारगेट रखा था 2040
stock price in long
40% कम कर देना
and
17-18 के कंपेरिजन।
short
है कितना सक्सेस
term
नेशनल
capital gain tax and dividend DI ZITT and
ये
is very South Bay 6 of
सबके डिसअपॉइंटिंग चीज ये है कि ये जो पैसा खर्च भी किया
has introduced this kind in
60
stove views introduce. Okay, introducing rules.
को आयन करना
Wait a second.
नीच से
Okay, wait a second.
लेकिन क्या नो तब में से
Is the reintroducing of long-term and short-term year 1918. Okay, sorry, 2018. 2018 it is saying as is reintroducing of long-term capital gains. Okay, we confused. You can check it online. Next, what are the pre-required pre-requesting? What are the pre-requesting of the investment in uh? What are the um uh prerequisites to invest in the securities? In order to invest in equity shares, an investor should have three accounts. Okay. So in order to invest in the securities market, the investor should have the three accounts. First one is savings account, savings bank account, which is with a commercial bank. So a savings bank account for a commercial bank, trading account, a trading account with a SEBI registered stock broker of a register recognized by the stock exchange to buy and sell the securities on the stock exchange. Okay. So in India, it is should be yes, the trading account should be registered with the SEBI. Okay, in India. Okay, please on from different companies has its own different stock market regulators from which you are to register. You can see. Okay, for next demat accounts, demat account. Next we need to open demat account with a SEBI registered depository party which is DP, which is depositories particular sorry participant deposit participant. Okay, so demat account with a SEBI registered depository particular DP of a depository for holding a securities in decentralized or electronic form. Okay, so the demat account with the SEBI recognized depository participation should be open the demat account in India. Okay, in India, in different countries has different stock exchange boards. Okay, so next regulatory bodies. Okay, next these are three accounts which we need to open in financial markets to get an access of financial markets, that is savings account and trading account and the demat account. Okay. Next, we comes here. The demat accounts can be opened depository participant of any of the depository. National Securities Depository Limited. This is India company, National Securities Depository Limited, NSDL, which is National Securities Depository Limited. And next is Central Depository Services India Limited. Okay, it is Indian company in bracket. Means this is Indian company. As we say, it is limited. Has been India is there in brackets. So CDSL, which is Central Depository Securities Limited. Okay, of India. Next are two types. Two types of SEBI registered depository in India. So these are the two companies from which we can open our demat account, which is National Security Depository Limited and Central Depository Security Limited. Next, on the list of and SEBI registered. Wait a second. We are okay. The list of the SEBI registered stockbroker and depository may be obtained from the SEBI's official link website, which is www.sebi.co.in for the form. What I'm saying, this is all about the SEBI, which is India's stock market. You can refer to your own regulatory bodies. Okay, after this video. In this video, we are discussing about the securities market. Okay, next here we came the main mat. Okay, so first, a primary market. Okay, primary market. When a company publish issuing new share, as we discuss IPO, new shares and bonds for the first time, it does so. So in this first time, the new stocks and the bonds also said it does so in the primary market. In many cases, this takes the form takes the form of an initial public offering, which is IPO.
ठीक है
SEBI examines the prospectus issuing to the public for subscribing of shares to see that it meet with the requirements of a SEBI regulations. Companies issuing securities wise primary market. There are markets. There merchants, bankers, hires. Sorry. So issuing of a company's securities, the company hires a primary markets for releasing its shares or bonds debts in primary market. They hire a merchant bank who, on behalf of the company, prepare the prospectus and ensures related complaints and for the issuing of the shares wise finalizing of an allocation process, listing of shares in the stock market, stock exchange, etc. So, primary market, as we discussed, that just new stocks, which is first stocks, which company issues in the form of IPO, which are goes in the primary market, then they trade in the stock market, secondary market. Same with the bonds also, and these companies issues their bonds and the all issues like stocks, bonds, debts, instruments, and all these commercial papers through the commercial banks, merchant banks, who on behalf of a company prepares all company's prospectus and related with ensures all company compliance to the SEBI or you can see your Securities Exchange Board, who is this, and it also finalize the allocation process and listing of the share in the stock exchange. Okay, and many more. Next, application supported by blocked amount, which is ASBA per shares. So application support by the block amount. So let's see for shares. Let's see. Okay, an investor can now apply for the shares in the primary market through ASBA, which is application support by block amount. Application supported by a block amount. ASBA, which is application support by blocked price. Okay. ASBA. Okay. ASBA. Application supported by blocked price. Okay. Application supported by the blocked price in the public issue. WEF. What is this WEF? Wait a second. I will Google it. What is this WCF? Because I never heard this in my stock market learning. So it is also new for me. With effect from. With effects from. Okay, okay. Wait a second. With effect from. It is. Okay, wait, wait. With the effect from. It is the with effect from short form. So in public issuing with effect from May 1st, 2010, all the investors can apply through ASBA, which is application supported by block amount. Application supported by block amount is an application by an investors hmm, complaining, sorry, com- containing an authorization to an bank to block the application money in his or her bank account for subscribing to an issue. A block can block the amount continues to earn an interest if an investor is applied through ASBA, which is application supported by block the amount. This application money shall be debited from the allot from the bank account only if the his or her application is selected from allotment after the basis of the allotment is finalized. The investor needed to have to bother investment. The investment investor does not have a bother about refunding as the money to be extended required for the allotment of the security in debited from the bank account, and in case of the security are not allotted to an investor, that they block the amount in his or her bank account is released and made available to use. So in this saying, in this supported application supported by blocked amount, which is ASBM, was issued publicly issued on the May 1st, 2010. Okay, so it is in this the investors applies to the IPOs or for any shares, bonds, and etc. by a ASBA, which is application supported by a blocked amount in which the from its bank A by the lot by the of shares or by the IPO lots, which amount is blocked by the bank, and on that amount the interest is generated. So don't worry that interest is generated or not. On that period of time it is generated and given to us. It is saying okay, see, here it is saying where it is authorized. The application is investor contains a blog money application. Uses her resolution subscribing to issue. For subscribing to issue, the block application supported by blocking for the subscribing to an issue. Block the amount contains an in earning. See here, block the amount continues to earn interest. Okay, in but through this process, ASBA application supported by blocking amount on that amount, blocked amount continues to earn an interest. In case of the secure allotment for an investor has been got, then the blocked amount is received by the company and the shares will be provided to you, allotted to you. In case of any, in case of not allocation, in case of there is not allotted shares to you or shares or securities to you, then the in the blocked amount will be released to you for the regular use. Okay, this is what it is saying. Next, unified payment interface UPI in ASBM. So it is out of the topic for you. Well, I am thinking this video is gone very long, very lengthy. So I thinking to end this video here only, and we meet in our next video part. So for that time, bye bye, and we meet in our next video. My name is Lokesh Koyekar. They are signing off. Bye bye, friends. So I hope this video will find you and help, and we meet in the next video, next part. Okay.